excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat and my voice is coming and going at the moment. But here we are with a tutorial Thursday, which is actually on a Monday. Today is the 18th of February, but you could possibly be watching this in March. Unsure what the date will be. The first Thursday in March, because that's when I do my tutorial Thursdays. But I am filming this today to show how to make this. And I have to film it today because I have to post this today. So, yay! All this is just a piece of scrap card, which I actually have the offcut to here, as you can see. Whoa, everything's falling off. The same card, there's the offcut, the negative from that. So we're going to use this to make another one. And all it is just a little box. It's open at the sides, little box with some fancy trim attaching it. Keeping it closed, should I say. And the only thing that's involved is some folding. So, but yeah, this is what we're going to make. I've actually just had a go at making this video and oh my gosh, it completely sucked. So I'm doing it again. But that's what we're going to make. So, you need a scrap piece of card, whatever size you want. You don't need a specific size or anything. If you have one, a scoreboard. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You can do it with a ruler. Some brads or split pins, or not sure what else you'd use, but I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out something alternative to use if you don't have them. I'm just going to use my paper trimmer. Again, if you don't have a paper trimmer, it doesn't matter. Scissors and a ruler will do the job fine. But there is no measuring in this. In fact, I'm just going to slice that little edge off there because it's annoying me. It's just really bugging me because it doesn't fit in with the pattern. Well, it does, but it's blatantly obvious there's a bit missing. Anyway, right. So, here we go. You need something pokey. I've got an awl, or pokey tool as we call them. But anything with a sharp edge like that you can just poke a hole through. Do you know what, guys? Even a pencil would do. A very sharp pencil just to push a hole through. To put the closure on will do. Pardon me. You then need something for your closure. I'm using this super soft yarn. And it really is super soft. And that's it. So guys, we're going to make a box, an open box. So figure out, this is just a scrap piece of double-sided cardstock. Anything like that will do, but it needs to be quite sturdy. So if you don't have cardstock, maybe just glue a couple of pieces, 2, 3, maybe 4 pieces of scrap pieces of paper together just to make it a bit stronger. Doesn't have to be double-sided because we're going to fold it. But yeah, so I'm just going to start by roughly deciding how big I want my box to be. So around there, no measuring. You can measure if that is your preference. It's not mine, so I'm not bothered. So there you go. There's your first fold. And then you don't actually even really need one of these, but a bottom folder if you have one. If not, the edge of your scissors will do just fine. And for video purposes, demonstration purposes, I'm going to show that. I do have in fact I'll do that for the next part. I do have a mini scoreboard, so I will use that. Right, so you make your first fold, then you put that crease, if you have a scoreboard, at the edge, so like right in the corner, and then score 1/2 inch from there. This is if you have a scoreboard. If not, do it with scissors and a ruler, and I'll show you that in the next bit. So just score there, fold and burnish along that line, score mark. Okay, and then just kind of reinforce that fold. There you go, you have the bottom of your box. Right, now we'll put the tools aside and we will use small ruler's cutting it fine, so we'll use the big one. Right, we will use a ruler and the edge of the scissors just to prove you don't need these fancy tools. Okay, so now we have that, we then want to kind of make it so that this is even. So it's not pushed up that way or pushed down that way, it's kind of a box. I don't know how best to explain it. Then fold this over. You don't want it to meet completely there, you want to leave a gap. So fold it by eye or measure if you prefer, and leave just a little gap. It just makes it easier for you to fold it over. Okay, burnish with the edge of your scissors, and you have the exact same thing there. Can you see there's a right little mark there? Actually, that looks quite even. It is half an inch. Oh, just short. Okay, so now you have that. Then you're going to use your ruler and you are going to mark half an inch from that score line. Half an inch, and on this side half an inch. Line it up. I've lost my score mark. There it is. No, not that way. Sorry guys. Open that up and line it up at this side with your ruler, because you're going to need to fold against your ruler. This is what to do if you don't have a scoreboard. Find your lines. There. You could even draw a line across there. And then fold against your ruler to create that fold. Okay? And then fold it properly. Again, use your scissors to burnish. And then reinforce that first fold, and hey presto, you have a box, and you have done the exact same thing at this side with scissors and a ruler as I did at this side with posh fancy tools. So that way, there you go, you have a box. Excuse me. Okay, now you can, if you have it round the corners, I do actually, and I think I am going to, if I can find it. There it is. A corner rounder. Or if you don't have a corner rounder, you could just, oops, put it in properly. Oh no, yeah, this is the one that starts being funny with cardstock. I think it needs sharpening. Oh, do you know? See, sometimes tools are not your friend. Yeah, stop it. So, if you wanted to, use a fancy tool that doesn't work, or round the corner yourself. Ish. It's nowhere near straight, but it'll do. It'll do. See, so now it looks more like an envelope than a box. And now you don't need, but it just looks better, a circle or a square or anything. It doesn't even have to be with the same cardstock, you can use anything. I have a circle punch, and I'm just going to stick it in the middle of there to get a nice design out of it. That's actually slightly lower down than I wanted it to be, but, you know, never mind. And then you need to somewhere, roughly, you can measure if you want. I don't know how wide this is. Oh, look at that, it's just 6 inches. So if you wanted to, you could find the 3-inch mark and make a mark. And then if you have a pokey tool, you would then poke a, kind of stick that through the middle. This is why I did this as like a rough pattern, and then I've got a rough middle guide. So you would poke that through there and through there. But because I am aware that you guys may not have these posh fancy tools, I will show you just exactly what to do. Poke a hole through there with a pencil. Ideally a little bit sharper than that. And this. Don't worry about it looking messy, that's going to cover it up. So then you need your brads. Split pins. I'm going to use these antique bronze coloured ones because they tie in with the paper better and the cardstock better, and I just really like them, but they're antique bronze and silver mixed. So then, I know it's nowhere near straight, but you stick that through there, and then you poke that through there, turn it over, open up the split pin, and leave a bit of wiggle room. Push it down, but leave a little bit of room underneath before you push that down properly. If you've got nails, just kind of stick your nails underneath and then use that as a guide to push that down. You need a little bit of wriggle room under this to wrap your closure around. Okay, so there we have that. I'm sorry if that's bugging you because it's not straight. Believe it or not, it's bugging me too, but again, you don't have to. You can eye it, but seeing as how we've got 6 inches, I will find the 3 and I will poke a hole in there. See, it's so much better when you can poke a hole properly. This is why it's ideal to have your pencil or whatever you're using actually sharp. And then the other brad goes in there. Again, I'm not going to put that down just yet. Take out the yarn or whatever you're going to use, trim, lace, whatever as a closure. Pull a piece off. This is wool yarn, but I will never use it as that. It will only ever be used for stuff like this. And then wrap it around the brad and tie it in a knot. Properly. Well, actually, okay. Put the brad in and then open it. Actually, I forgot about that, guys. I did this before. This is the mistake I made before, that I thought I'll not do that on camera, and I just did. Just open it a little bit. You don't have to open it fully. It just stops it poking out when you tie in this knot, coming back out when you tie in the knot. And of course, I have to find the most fussiest string ever to, well, closure, yarn, whatever, to do this job. Hook it under the brad. Tie a knot. Or in my case, tie the knot first and then hook it under the brad. Honestly. Okay, you only really need to tie one because now you're going to push that brad down as tight as you can against the card and close it underneath. Like that. So it is secure now. And then, guys, there you have it. You have your finished box. Okay, so then you can either put it over and round and wrap, or this may need a bit of a help lifting up in places just until you get it going. What I like to do is wrap it under there a couple of times first, then over the top, and then around again. And there you go. You could put a charm on the end of there if you wanted, or just keep wrapping until there's hardly any left. But there you go, guys, you have your box. Ideally, don't wrap it as tight. Although if you have stuff in there, you wouldn't anyway, because it'd poke it out better. And you don't have to wrap it really tight anyway. But yeah, like I said, there you go, guys. There is your box. You've done it. Hooray. And as demonstrated very badly, I apologise, you do not need fancy tools for this job. Although they do help. But there you go. There's your box. Envelope, whatever, and you can use these for, excuse me, you could use these for gifts, as I am doing with this one. Where to put it? As I am doing with this one, because this is going to be, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, as I said, I've done this video twice now. I'm not sure if I mentioned at the beginning of this video what I'm actually using this for, but I'm using it to put these in, which are trims that I'm going to be using as part of a swap in the Junk Journal Junkies chat group. So, and I just wanted something fancy to put them in, so I just had a scrap of card left, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a little envelope to put them in. And then out of that idea came the box. So as I was making the envelope, I thought, oh, hang on, if I just score it here and there, I can make a box, which is better. Okay, they'll fall out the sides, but I wrap them up anyway. Like, I've wrapped them up in some fancy tissue paper that my swap partner can also use afterwards. But yes, so if you're going to wrap them up, you can put sides on if you want. It's a little bit more complicated. I might revisit this later on down the line and show how to do one of these with the flaps. But if you're going to give it as a gift, then maybe just put some ribbon around this side of it, or even some more of this just to put around that side of it and tie it in a bow. You know, it'll do. But if you're gonna put it in this nice little presentation box and then wrap it up, it doesn't really matter about it falling out the sides. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a little bit funky, cool and funky for you to do. Plus I've been bugged by Michelle and a few others to get it done, so and like I said, I have to post my swap today for my swap partner. So actually, I say like I said, I don't think I did say that. I think that was in the first video. But like I say, that was done for a swap in the Junk Journal Junkies chat group, and our swap partners were allocated yesterday, so I need to get it in the post today. So there you have it, guys. A bit long-winded as always with my stuff. I hope you understood what I did. I hope I explained it better. Not better. I hope I explained it well. If not, I will revisit at some stage, and like I said, next time I will add the flaps on. But yeah, at least this video is a little bit shorter than the first tutorial Thursday that I did, that was like an hour long, or near enough anyway. But yeah, so just something a little bit simple, pretty self-explanatory. Like I say, you don't need the fancy tools to do it, just a pencil, a ruler, a pair of scissors. Well, scissors if you want to cut anyway, if you don't have a trimmer. A ruler and a pencil. Sorted. Well, yeah, a pair of scissors for using that to burnish instead of a bone folder. But you don't even need that. If you've got nails especially, you can just score along it with your, like, fold along it with your nails. Be careful with this sort of cardstock though, because if you do it too rough, it can split. It likes to try and split. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I apologise about my voice coming and going or being a bit off like the normal. It's been alright in this video actually. In the first one I did, it was horrendous. It was breaking up all the time, and a couple of words didn't actually sound like words. It was just a squeak. I kind of find the more I talk during the day, the better it gets, but then it goes again at night time. But anyway, all that aside, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you try this, please let me know in the comments below. If you followed, pardon me, if you've come to this video from the Facebook link, drop your pictures below in the Facebook comment. You can't leave pictures in YouTube comments. So drop your pictures below in where the video is on Facebook. Drop your pictures below in the comments on the Facebook link to this video, because I'd really love to see. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon.